It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. Imagine trying to sell something that people don't quite understand or even realize that they need. And that was the challenge that Waze, the app that we use in order to go from one destination to another, that was something they faced in their early days. Now, you might not remember that, but some of you, you don't remember days when we couldn't print from MapQuest, when we didn't have directions, we had to go get a true map and follow ourselves around. But there was a time that that was really a real thing. And as Waze faced that challenge, it was like many businesses that are out there today. They struggle early on to say, look, here's something I can do, which is the vision, and here's how it can help you so they can really gain traction. Now, it was 2007 when Waze was first founded. Traditional GPS systems were really dominating the market. So you could get a GPS system, plug it up to your window, you knew what it was, old big old devices, and it was pretty cool at the time. But Waze had a different idea, and they had a struggle trying to convince investors and users to embrace this crowdsourced navigation app, and it was a really uphill battle. Now, why was that? Because this crowdfunded or crowdsourced navigation system would depend on not only what was in the software, but individuals reporting an accident, individuals reporting that there was a police car, if you're a speeding type of person, by the way, or individuals giving an giving an input, which gave feedback right away. So despite early on, there was a whole lot of skepticism. And in fact, they had a lot of technical glitches. I mean, can you imagine you're trying to use the Waze app, you go in there and you look, and it says speed trap ahead, or it says there's a accident there, and the accident was 7 hours ago? That would be a little frustrating, wouldn't it? But here's what Waze did that many CEOs do today. They pressed on. They decided to make the changes. They decided to evolve. They didn't let the setbacks hold them back. So just like Waze disrupted the entire GPS industry, businesses can disrupt their markets with innovative sales strategies. That's really their sales messaging. That's the sales vision. That's the sales language. Like Waze, they must communicate their vision clearly and pivot when necessary. Utilizing wisdom, whether it's feedback from their clients, insights from the sales team, it can redefine a whole process, not only in the sales organization, but in the entire company. So let's embrace change. Let's listen to the users. What's my big takeaway for you? I believe that Waze journey teaches us the importance of having a solid sales strategy and a solid sales system. And in sales, often navigation hinges on our adaptability and our understanding to meet not only the client's needs, but communicate how we solve it. See, some people think, I told people I have a problem. Yeah, maybe you did tell them that you do solve a problem, but they don't believe that you can solve that problem because it could be like Waze, where there's so many glitches early on. There are things that are happening, although you have the best intentions, and you're unable to make the sale. So what's my big takeaway? Be open to change. Have a sales strategy, a solid sales system. You do that, and you will see your sales go up. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown. Welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle. I'm super excited to be here with you today. And one of our mantras that we do every single morning is, if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. Go ahead and jot that down right now in your notes. Selling is the oxygen for every great business in history. And without sales, there's always more money going out than there is going in. So sales is really serious business. So put that in your notes. If you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. Every morning, I believe a CEO has a mantra. Just like you have a mantra right now, and whatever you're doing in your life, in your business, maybe in your finances, maybe there's a mantra you have with your mindset. As a CEO, we need to have a mantra. And our pledge every single morning is, I must learn, earn, and return. Now, let me tell you what I mean by that, and I want you to repeat after me. I have to learn something new. Think about Waze. They just had to do that in order to earn new revenue from current clients, in order to get new and old clients to return. So I must learn, I must earn, and I must return. We have 3 objectives every single morning we get together, 3 objectives. Our number one objective is sales progress. So we're going to make progress every single day. Number 2 is address any sales roadblocks. And number 3 is to make sure we do the most important thing, that I believe is most important every single morning, and that is to make sure we focus on the 5 sales pillars that every CEO must know and understand in order to learn and grow. Let me give you those 5 sales pillars. Sales pillar number 1 is sales planning. Number 2 is sales messaging. Pillar number 3 is sales cycles. Pillar number 4 is sales indicators. And pillar number five is we must, at the end of the day, have a sales team. Now, as we step back and we now understand what our objectives are, let me go ahead and share what our outcomes are. Because for those folks that are tuning in for the very first time and you're just joining in, welcome. For those folks that are here every single morning, this is the time that we check in as CEOs. This is the time that we collaborate as CEOs. This is the time that you're able to say, Shay, I see you, but I get a chance to see you. Here's how we do that. You look right below the video, and put hashtag I'm here. Hashtag I'm here. On the other side, put hashtag replay. So if you're watching live, and you're here and you can do it because you're on one of our broadcast platforms, do that. If you can't watch live right now and you're watching the replay, congratulations, you're here. Put hashtag replay. Isn't that kind of cool? Isn't that a great way for us all to connect no matter where you are in the world? We get a chance to connect. And for those folks that are on the streaming platforms, you're like, hey, Shay, I'm on Roku. I'm listening to the podcast now. I'm on Apple TV. I'm on Amazon. I see you. Do me a favor. Just go over to @IamChayBrown. Drop me a note. I respond to every DM. I love getting the feedback. Let us know how we can continue to add value to what you're doing every single day. So what is the purpose of the CEO Sales Huddle? This is a place where CEOs gather to understand how to sell more faster. And we really have 3 outcomes every single morning we get together. Our number 1 outcome every single morning is sales growth. So you show up here. It's top of mind to you. You've got to deal with your sales organization anyway, but as a CEO, you're with other CEOs in a CEO conversation around how do you be able to get sales growth. Number 2, sales accountability. You may have heard this before. We'll often do more for others than we'll do for ourselves. And number 3, consistency. And isn't that so true? You may have heard this before, that consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. And having said that, what do people struggle with the most? And myself included, it's really being consistent in what we do every single day. That's not you. You're here. You showed up. You're already a winner. We only ask for 15 minutes a day. 15 minutes a day. That's 1% of your day every single day when you show up. And our number 1 outcome above all, our number 1 outcome is $100,000 a month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. $100,000 plus a month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. Now we're going to move into the section that is our most important section. This segment is something that was created just for you, the CEO. It was created because there was a problem. People want to know, how can I manage my process every day? How can I make this easier? And they didn't have a way to do it. So we created the CEO Sales Dashboard, which is a metrics. And the whole premise, for those folks that are tuned in for the very first time, the whole premise is what gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. Put that down in your notes. Now, we're going to talk about the CEO Sales Dashboard. It's an Excel sheet. You can download it over at www.ceosaleshuddle.com. You can download it right there. Once you download it, you'll have it instantly. And then once you have it, you can use it. Let's pull it up and let's see what it looks like as you're watching right now. Let's go here. There we go. CEO Sales Dashboard. Now, this dashboard is something that you can use every single morning. If you look on the left-hand side, you'll see that there are 5 categories, right? And the 5 categories as you're looking down are leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. And there's subcategories inside of it that you can use. Now, this is very important because the CEO Sales Dashboard gives you one place to go to, and you can see exactly what's going on in the business. So you would go to today's date across the top. Those are the columns. And then once you get to today's date, I want you to go down to appointments. So I'm going to spend a little time talking about appointments today. There are a couple subcategories inside of appointments. You can always change that around. But I always like to take about a minute, and I think we're at the 9-minute and 43-second mark, so we've got some good time here. We're doing well. And I like to just talk for a moment just about appointments because nothing happens without an appointment. Now, let's go over here. And here's the first question box I want you to fill out. How many appointments were set yesterday? So you go look at yesterday's results. You say, okay, we had 30 appointments set yesterday. And of the 30 appointments yesterday, how many were set the day before? And then how many were set over the last 10 days, the last 30 days? Some of you can go back the last 90 days and you're looking at the trend. Got it. And then you say, well, that's how many appointments were set. Now, how many appointments were run? There's appointment setting. That's one skill set. We've got to get really good at setting appointments. And then there's appointments run. That means someone showed up. Someone was there. And when you take a look at it from the sales organization, if you don't run an appointment, if your team's not on an appointment, some of you are the number one salesperson. Got it. So you're like, okay, I'm creating that for myself. Others of you do manage a team or you manage a business development person, and someone else is running appointments for you. That's cool. But we want to know if you set 30, how many did they actually run? Because we know in some industries, appointments cancel or change or reschedule up towards 20 to 30%. So if you had 10 appointments set for yesterday, it's possible you may have run 3. In some cases, some folks come back and say, I've only run in 3 to 4. That means 70% of the appointments change or reschedule. So that's why I would say there's appointment setting is a skill set and there's appointment running is a skill set. Some are one-to-one, I get it. Some are one-to-many. Some are for collaborations. But at the end of the day, this is the number one driver for the business. Now, isn't it cool and comfy to know you only have to worry about 5 indicators for your sales organization? When we do that, we'll see the magic happen all by itself. Okay, as we move over now, we're going to get into the wins. And one of the things I like to do is I like to celebrate wins. And here's the premise. Powerful people ask powerful questions because questions steer focus. And in this life, you get what you focus on. So I want you to get really focused right now and looking at your last wins. What are you most proud of? Like when you step back and you look at what you worked on, what are you most proud of? And then you come to the other side and say, what was your biggest accomplishment yesterday for the sales organization? And then we go all the way to the other side and say, what are you most proud of? Like if you could come online right now and you could say, Shay, this is what I'm most proud of, what would it be? Then we pull back from there and we say, okay, got it. I'm with you, picking it up. And we say, okay, those are the wins. And it's good to do that because sometimes we beat ourselves up. And I haven't read anywhere yet in all my personal development. I don't know. I've probably read over 20,000 books. I might have listened to, 100,000 hours of video and YouTube and social media. I don't know what the number is, but I do know this in all of my reading and all of my studying. I haven't read anywhere yet that when you beat yourself up, you do a better job. It just haven't found that. So let's not do that to ourselves. But this also, let's not look at that, hey, this doesn't happen. Let's go take a look and say, wait a minute. Life does happen, Shay. It's not always rainbows, unicorns, and cupcakes. There are going to be some obstacles. There are going to be some hurdles. So we'll take a look now and say, okay, wait a minute. Powerful people ask powerful questions. Let me now ask the question, what are some things that I can do that are going to hold me back? Some challenges. So what's your biggest roadblock that's holding you back right now? What was your biggest roadblock yesterday for the sales organization? What is preventing you today from moving forward? You already know it. It's there. It's in front of you. You've got to overcome it. Number 2, what's the one thing you can do that if you did it, it would move your business forward? It moves the needle. Like, okay, there's some things like, let's think of diet and exercise, right? There's some things you do, it just doesn't move the needle, right? You decide that you're going to get up and walk around the block. It helps, but it doesn't move the needle. But you decide all of a sudden you're going to cut sugar out. You decide you're only going to drink water or you're not going to drink anything that has sugar in it. And guess what? All of a sudden, it moves the needle. Like you're like, whoa, there's a big change in my physiology. There's a big change in my energy. So what is it you're going to do to move the needle? And number 3, what's the one thing you can do? And when you do it, it will change the trajectory everywhere you are. At the 14-minute and 2-second mark, here's my big takeaway for you as we come down the home stretch. And my message to you today is keep going. My message to you today is stay focused. Keep the main thing the main thing. Download the CEO Sales Dashboard. It may seem like it's no big deal. You show up sometime and like nothing happens. It's like going to the gym. You show up sometime, you go to the gym, nothing happens. You show up a second day, you go to the gym, nothing happens. You show up a third, fourth, fifth day, nothing happens. And then one day you show up and you go home and you step on the scale and you look in the mirror, you're like, whoa, something's happened. That's what the CEO Sales Dashboard is. You're going to be taking small steps. And I would say Take small steps, get big results. So we take these small steps, but we know we're going to get the big results on the other side. So keep the main thing. Get your CEO sales dashboard done. You're a winner. You're incredible. You're amazing. And I know for 100% certainty that for you, the best is still yet to come. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. My name is Shay Brown. It's been an honor and a privilege to serve you here at the CEO Sales Huddle. I'll see you, on the other side. If we haven't connected, go over to Instagram. That's my jam. Or type in Shay Brown and LinkedIn or wherever you are on social media. Let's connect. You can see me, but I really want to see what you're up to as well. Peace, everyone. We're out of here. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.